Alright, y'all, take you back once again. We are here for part 2 of us being, well, me being a 3.0 DUPR rated player, entering this 4.0 doubles tournament. And quick, just recap for anyone who did not tune into the part 1. What happened, what had happened was I was a 3.011 rated DUPR player in doubles. Don't ask me how. It's just, that's just, watch the last video. And Eli was a 3.658. We wanted to play 3.5 doubles, of course, because that's what our rating would reflect. We never played doubles, never played a competition, so that's kind of how we are. But 3.5 was full at the time, so we were like, we just really want to play together, so we signed up for 4.0. Then eventually the 3.5, which we had ourselves on a wait list, we got through the wait list, and so we ended up signing, or like registering to play 3.5s and 4.0s. Mainly because we thought we were going to be knocked out of the 4.0s pretty quick. But we went 2-1 in group stage, so now we are into the main draw. This is the round of 32 right here. We're playing against Takao and Joe. I'm not sure if I'm going to speak through all of the matches like the whole time. I might like pop in at the beginning of each match and just talk a little bit about how the match plays out, etc., etc. We'll see. But what I would like to say is, although Eli and I were not rated 4.0 when we started this tournament, you know what was rated 4.0, maybe 4.5, even a 5+, is our coordinated outfits. Like, look at that. The white navy switcheroo. Eli's got the white top, navy bottom. I got the navy top, white bottom, and it's both all decked out in retro Yonex gear. Heck yes. But anyways, now talking about the actual game. Coming into this tournament, we had a very decisive kind of game plan, and we knew what to expect from each other. We were not going to play stacking because it's just a little too much to think about, and we didn't want all the pressure of having such a specific role in that kind of way. We're like, let's just try to keep it a little lighthearted, just play normal, because it's kind of fun to play both sides anyways. But in terms of our individual skill sets, Eli's skill sets, my skill sets coming into this tournament, we had a clearly defined role of Eli was going to be the drive guy and I was going to be the drop guy. Obviously, sometimes depending on the shots that we're given, just to switch things up, we'd hit the other shots as well. But generally, that's what we're doing. Because I think at the time, Eli's not as comfortable with the drops, and I was not as, the drive isn't that fast off my paddle. Probably has to do with the paddle itself, but drops felt decent enough. So that's our plan going into this tournament. So I would also like to say that there is no, in the last video, if you watch that part 1, you'll see how there's post-match live recaps right there, kind of like vlog style. And in this video, you're not going to see any of that. Now, why is that? Is because after that third match in the last video, 3.5 division started. So basically, Eli and I were going non-stop. We played 12 matches back to back to back. We would get off the court, report our score, and then our phone the text would pop up and be like, report to court, whatever, play these people. And we were going back and forth between 3.5 and 4.0. So it was effing wild. End of the day, my feet hurt so bad. We don't have any time to actually eat anything either, so we haven't eaten all day. My whole body's just dying. My brain is lacking glycogen, blood sugar, so it's just not activated. I'm like, I cannot. This is at the end of the day. It's like right now we're still good. And it was wrapping up into the end of this match, and there were some holy guacker. And this is why Eli's the drive guy. What was that? It's such a ridiculous. Look at my drive. Yeah. But anyways, coming into the end of this match, it got a little awkward because, we'd been calling the score or whatever, and when we hit 15, they were like, it's 14. And I was like, I've been calling the score the whole time, and no one said anything. And, obviously they're not just going to, they didn't want to just take a line down, so they were saying oh, we didn't hear it, which is fair because it is loud as F in here with all the pickleball. See what's going on right here? What's going on? What? But you know what? That's the great part about having, what was I going to say? That's the great part about having a tripod set up with a camera, because then you can just go back and look at every point, which we actually did. We actually went back and looked point by point by point. So yeah, and it was 15 as expected. So the match did end. So this is now the round of 16, playing against Alix and Halley. And you know what's funny? They were another team that also did the entering 3.5 and 4.0, and we played them in both the 4.0 and the 3.5. So that was pretty funny. Wow, what a reaction. Do we win this point? Oh, that would have been sick. That was a pretty good point, though. Anyways, yeah, they're pretty decently lighthearted. I think it's kind of fun. Like, you know, that's one of the great things about pickleball is people aren't generally holy guacamole. Oh, wow, that was amazing. People aren't generally too serious. I bet it changes at like a higher levels or whatever, but like still, it seems like there's decent sportsmanship, whereas in tennis it is quite different. So it's still really fun to play these matches, even when it's like competitive. It's like friendly competition, I would say. So, oh, in other side news, by the way, if you see a lack of videos coming in the next 2 weeks, it is because I, in the present time, am in Japan, and you know, just chilling, not playing any pickleball, obviously. Even though I wish I could, but it's just, you know, we're trying to do Japan land things. So I will be back, and I mean, hopefully I'll be able to maybe upload one video or something while I'm there, but do not expect anything. But also, just don't worry you guys, I'm not disappearing. It's just that, you know, gotta be present and enjoy. What a lob, holy wow. Enjoy what's going on. So anyways, I am going to let the rest of this match play against Alix with the I and Halley, and then I will come back in for commentary in the beginning of the next match. Okay, so moving on into the quarterfinals, we cannot believe that we made it this far. This is actually ridiculous. We thought we'd be knocked out way earlier, but it turns out we're playing pretty decent. You know, like much more than we thought we're going to be able to do. So now we're playing against Chris and Johnny, and I'm just going to go through the rest of the tournament now because I actually didn't get any video clips after this match because, like I said, we're playing 3.5. Wow, look at this point. Dang. We're playing 3.5 and 4.0. Total 15 matches on the day. So after this match, my camera died. So there was just no more footage after this. So that being said, I am just going to tell you guys basically what happened in the rest of the 4.0 draw. So we actually, after coming out on top in this match, we played in the semifinals, which is ridiculous. Just had no idea we'd make it even close that far. We played two people that I played the next two people in the first tournament that I ever played, and well, I played at least one of them. Anyways, they ended up smacking us, but by that time we were a little tired, and you know, there's something actually crazy that we had never experienced before until this day that was kind of tilting Eli and us. Well, actually we experienced it the day before in singles, but it's something that was tilting Eli and I a little bit, even though it's not something we should really be complaining about that much in the middle of a tournament. However, that thing that we were not used to was the mod TA15. I think it had just come out pretty recently, right before this tournament, and legitimately like 50% of the people at this tournament had that paddle. That thing is a freaking bazooka. So in the next match, we're playing against these two guys, and one or both of them had mods. They would just speed up randomly at the kitchen line, and the ball comes so effing fast that like you're either getting hit or you kind of like instantly react and hit a ball that's going way out. So that's obviously our own issue, but still we had played against people who were using the mod the day before, and we're just like, oh my gosh, we're getting flashback PTSD from this mod TA15 paddle. So anyways, we got smacked. We lost 6-15 in the semifinals, so now we're playing for bronze in the 4.0 at the very end. And the crazy thing in bronze is that we actually played against this dude, Jake Namkin. He was actually the very first doubles opponent that I played against in that very first doubles tournament I entered a week into playing the game, and at that time, you know, not being experienced at all, absolutely got smacked. Could barely even return his serve. This time though, seeing him like playing him 3 months later, it's like we're able to return his serves, like didn't really miss any of his serves, and we actually came off to a storming 8-0 lead before we completely fell apart. Actually, that was Eli's dad, and it's actually kind of fun having him just like, he gets so hyped up. So that's actually very fun having somebody just like hype the crap out of you from the sidelines like that, but not in too much of like an obnoxious like clapping on freaking missed serves. You know how tennis parents be. But anyways, like I was saying, we were 8-0, switch sides, and then they started playing a little better. We started getting a little sloppy, a little impatient, and we actually lost that third place match 10-15. And you know, that was very disappointing. That was very disappointing, but at the same time, I just thought it was so cool how I'm playing against this guy, and he remembered me as well, which was really nice. And you know, just having not been able to even like really be on the same court as him, to now like putting up a pretty decent fight until we just crumbled. It was cool though, like it's just to see that there was actually progression in my doubles play. And he commented too, like, you know, I think he was glazing a little bit, but he was like, you know, a little longer, and you're gonna be better than me, etc., etc. But regardless, like whether he's glazing or not, it was very nice, and it's just cool that he remembers me, and you know, it's acknowledging like the progress, you know, because it's kind of like what it's all about. It's kind of progress, right? Like you can't be perfect right off the bat, especially that quick. Sometimes we lose sight of that. Sometimes we forget that. I'm definitely guilty of that. So it was really cool, and like he was a really nice guy. Super, that was fun. So anyways, the 4.0 tournament, in the very end, we ended up in 4th place out of how many teams? 32 teams. So that's pretty amazing, honestly. Like 4.0 ending 4th in 32 teams. We were not expecting anything, especially, you know, being a 3.0, 3.65 partner pair. This was a pretty amazing turn of events, but I think a big part of it also has to do with, like, especially in this match and the last match, I started like playing some ridiculous points, you know, and I think a big part of it was like I was actually just having fun. I was enjoying it, not taking it too, like, getting competitive, but not so serious and like oh my gosh, you suck kind of way. It's just like I was having a lot of fun. So I think that's definitely when I play my best. But anyways, that's going to end this 4.0 doubles tournament video. Hopefully we have some more doubles matches in the future, or doubles tournaments in the future. But until then, I'm just going to let the rest of this video play. Enjoy it. So leave a comment, something, and help me make some money so I get some, pay for my tournament entries so I can have more videos. All right? All right, guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.